Don't communicate like a regular tradesman. Tradesmen are notoriously terrible at communication. The nuts and bolts of quality communication look like this. Don't use any wishy-washy language. Soon, fast, higher, lower, further. That's all wishy-washy language. Give me a dimension, give me units on that dimension, and give me a reference point. Dimensions are interesting because people usually get tripped up by dimensions out of context, right? So we're always laying things out, we're dimensioning off plans, code specifies dimensions, customers have objectives they're looking to meet, dimensions are critical. Dimensions are utilized without proper and clear units and without a reference point. Architects, for instance, have an objective to achieve, and they'll reference AFF, above finished floor, for instance, to the center line of a receptacle box. So whether it's a TV that's mounted on the wall and they're looking to locate that receptacle behind the TV. See, that's not what electricians do. Electricians are locating that electrical box not at the finish, when the finished floor has been installed, but on the rough-in, pre-finished floor. So you need to know what is the reference point and what is the thickness of the flooring material. Typically, that's going to be about 3/4 of an inch, and typically you're going to have a margin of error on that location of plus or minus 1/4 inch. So you're probably in the clear, but not always. Sometimes tolerances are tighter than that, so you need context to provide clarity. Wishy-washy words also get into so much trouble. All the time this happens. Customers say, well, I need you to get this done soon. And I look at the customer and say, and soon means to you? And sometimes they're like, well, you know, within 4 weeks? And I was thinking 15 minutes, right? Soon means something different to everybody. And you have to put a date to it. You have to put a time frame to it. You have to put a dimension to it. Stay clear of wishy-washy language. I tell people all the time, one of the expectations that I'm establishing with a team member, with a customer is, I want total clarity. That's why I'm about to ask you a lot of questions. Is that okay? You know what? Nobody ever says no. They might say, I only have 25 more minutes. Will that work for you? I'll say, absolutely. Let's rock. All right, so clear objectives with my communication. I want to deliver value in every second of the day. I want to deliver value in every conversation. I want to build up the here. I want to bring health and peace to a situation. Those are my communication objectives, right? It's not complicated, but I got to stop swearing. I want you to stop swearing. Guys, I can't tell you how often I've been in someone's presence, and there's a group of 3 or 4. It's a customer walkthrough. We're in a home, we're in a business, and somebody's swearing. A couple people are swearing. They're picking up, they're feeling loose and free. And man, as soon as they leave the equation, the environment improves, right? Communication becomes more focused. People are using adjectives instead of swear words. Like, time is being redeemed. We don't need to introduce that to the job site. And this is one of the distinctives by which you can separate yourself. If you want to be a professional, act like a professional. You know what? Your customer who's hiring you at $96 an hour, they work in a professional environment where this may not be tolerated. And they're used to communicating with architects and engineers and physicians. And this is not how these people talk to them. You're becoming unrelatable. You're separating yourself from your customer. Okay, here's another thing. No smoking on company property, no smoking in company vehicles, and no smoking on the customer job site. I've had some of the men that I think the most of clean cigarette butts off on their hands and knees after their own team members who should have known better, just so the customer experience would be on par, just because they had a responsibility, a felt responsibility to that customer, to the job site, to the property, to the business reputation, to clean up the cigarette butts. Show me a man's habits. Show me his daily habits, the smallest, most mundane habits in his life. Show me all of the mundane habits of his life, and I will define for you his career outcomes. Show me a man and who his friends are, and I will define for you his entire life, right? I'm talking about little things. How do you separate yourself from the competition? Contractors have been a dumping ground for decades, a dumping ground for roughnecks who can't find a job someplace else, right? Totally separate yourself from the competition. My requirement for my team is simple. Tuck in your shirt. Don't wear wrinkly clothes. brush your teeth, comb your hair, wash your face, right? It's easy stuff. And the best thing that you can wear, right? I don't mind showing up to an important meeting looking like an electrician. That's what I've been hired for. I'm on board with that. I've never been rejected or looked down upon. You know what the customer wants? You know what's the number one thing that you can wear is a smile. Bright-eyed smile, right? Step in, lean in, warm handshake, a bright smile, and a ready mind for the task at hand.